Did you know that the average person can lose up to 10% of their body weight in just 8 weeks with the right system?
Imagine waking up every morning full of energy, moving throughout your day with ease and vitality, and knowing that you're not just surviving, but truly thriving.
There's a constant frustration amongst people that always try to resort to these quick fix diets that they don't work. There's this fear that your health is spiraling out of control, and you're doing whatever you can possibly do to get back in control. To me, I can sense a worry that the only place you can look for it is in the medical system, which is so driven by profit, and the way they measure outcomes are so wrong.
It's not driven by your health outcome.
And their outcomes, it's poor at best when it comes to chronic diseases.
Plus, the goal is to keep you on a medication, keep you coming back, and keep giving you more and more meds, because the more meds that you're on, the more money they make.
Yeah, that's
your expense.
That's compliance. So yeah. I'm providing so much value. I'm recommending this medication, and because you're on that medication, I actually get paid more and look like I'm actually doing a good job. Which, in the case, you look at your life improving, it's the way you're feeling, and you should. If you have diabetes, you can reverse diabetes really quick. You don't need to be on medication to manage your diabetes.
Correct. And these are good, well-intentioned doctors who want to do the right thing, but they also have to survive. They also need a livelihood.
Good point. Yeah.
So it's like they're caught between a rock and a hard place. So I don't totally blame them, but it's just the system that they're in that created this.
Yes.
That's harming the people out there.
Yeah. So it's so big. The system itself, it's so hard to kind of pinpoint, but you know it does exist. You
Correct.
can sense it.
It is a medical system.
It's a medical system. Yeah. The mill, we like to call it, or the matrix.
Yeah.
And so there's no wonder why when you're feeling bad and you go to the mill or the system, you get frustrated, you get overwhelmed. Like, why can't I get better? You're supposed to be the experts. And that's why I really feel that people out there, you watching the video, like, none of that is your fault. The reason why you're feeling what you're feeling, because it's just this system has been perpetrated for so long, and it's so wrong.
Remember growing up, we would hear, you have to take your medicine. It's so good for you. Your medicine is good for you.
Yeah, take your meds. Take your meds. Don't forget to take your meds.
Because they're good for you.
Yeah. Every medicine has effects, and maybe one's good, but a lot of them are really bad. So, but going down that road and getting caught in the mill, I think there's 3 mistakes that are leading people to go look for answers consistently there. And if we can fix those mistakes, which you're probably making, and you may not realize it right now, but those mistakes, and they're destroying any kind of chance you have at reclaiming your health, the vitality.
Right. Yeah. So let's look at 3 things that people are doing that are causing them to go down that path.
The 3 mistakes. Yeah. If you can start doing these, because it's all about doing the things you need to do, but also not do the things that you're not supposed to do, right? So you take out the good, bad, but you put in the good.
Right.
That's another way of saying it.
Right.
So the first one I would say is people often rely on diets that restrict calories, or their calorie counting, which are just completely restrictive, and other diets, and they don't provide the proper nutrition.
Right. And you will be surprised to see how many people are nutrient deficient, right? And besides, I don't know about you, but I have no patience to count calories.
No.
I have no, especially when you're hungry, right? Because for me, I eat when I'm hungry. I don't eat just because I'm upset, or I eat because I'm sad or bored, right? I eat when I'm hungry. And when I'm hungry, I don't have the patience to sit there and say, oh, okay, this potato is how many calories, and this broccoli. I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah.
And this meat is this and this. No.
Well, and that's the whole thing, is that when you do eat, you want to eat to provide your body with the nutrients.
Right.
Because when you get the nutrients, that allows you to tackle the root cause of the problem. A lot of diseases are metabolical, which means that when you eat, it's not able to process the energy that you need and all the nutrients converted into the enzymes, what have you, efficiently. So that's the root cause of the health issue. So when you have a proper diet, you get the proper nutrition, which tackles the root cause of many diseases.
Yeah, and a lot of our food today, actually, our Franken food today is void of a lot of nutrients. So.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, I love how you say convenient chemical concoctions. I use that all the time now. Like it's my own. It's so great. Thank you. Another bad thing about these restricted diets is they do create like a lot of yo-yo effects. I'm on a diet, I'm off a diet, on a diet, off a diet, and your body just gets confused, and that damages your metabolism.
Yes, they said the more you do that, you lose weight. You go on a diet, you lose all this weight, you feel good, and then you don't correct the problem from the get go, and you go. And if one thing throws you off throws you off the rail, and you go back to overeating or eating the bad things, and you put back on the weight plus more, and then you go back on another diet, and you lose the weight. That yo-yo dieting, it is not good. You open yourself up to a lot of diseases.
Yeah, because you're not giving yourself again that nutrient deficiency. It lacks nutrients, and that's why you
Yes.
eat. Yeah, you're hungry, but when you get the proper nutrients, you're not starving. Like,
No.
oh, I'm so hungry. I got to wolf down this pizza, which
And then you're still hungry because you ate the pizza.
doesn't fuel your body for proper nutrition. I think the second mistake is that people rely solely on the doctor and the medications for health.
We've been conditioned to think that our doctor knows best, and you come in there you have a problem, you come in and they have a solution, and the solution is the medication.
It's a medication for sure.
Yeah, and you listen to what your doctor says, right? That's what you do.
You're supposed to. You're
Because
supposed to.
they know best, right?
They know best.
Yeah.
Whereas in reality, you know best. And so that whole madness that we're doing now, it's a recipe for disaster. And I really do feel people develop a reliance on medication just nonstop, because one
Yeah.
medication will lead to two, and
Yeah.
another problem to three,
Yeah.
and four, and five, and six.
And then quite a few people out there, not everyone, but quite a few people out there, they want that medication because they want to be able to eat however they want to eat and not have to think about it and just pop a pill.
Yep.
And they don't realize it's doing more damage with the side effects.
It's almost like people who depend upon alcohol.
Yeah.
Like they can't live without alcohol. They believe they can't live without alcohol because they're so dependent on it. I kind of get a sense that it's the same thing with medication, that people believe that I can't maintain my health without the medication. I can only imagine that kind of the anxiety or the fear of, if I were to stop the medication, what would that look like?
Right. Yeah. A lot of people, yeah. A lot of people are conditioned to think that they have to have it, or their family. When you listen, I read different articles, and you hear people talk about they've had some serious chronic diseases and they want to go the natural route, but their family members think that they should go to the doctor, get on the medication, or have the surgery or the radiation or whatever treatment that they're proposing,
Yeah.
because they're so scared that if you don't do it, you die today.
Yeah. If you go to a surgeon whose job is to do a surgery, you're going to be sold a surgery.
Yeah,
If you go to a candy store, their job is to sell you candy.
correct.
If you go to the gym, their goal is to sell you a membership. So you're going to be sold either way. So are you going to go to the place which are not getting the good results?
Right.
Right. So,
And this is not to say you don't go to the doctor if you have a problem.
Yeah.
It's like, if you have an infection, yes, go, right? And you just want to stipulate that. But for these chronic diseases, there's another solution.
there's definitely another solution, and you just want to be able to have that confidence that you can manage your own health without the pill.
Yeah.
That's the real deal.
Yeah.
Right. The third mistake that you may not even realize you're doing is that you're ignoring the impact of all the toxins in your health. And
A lot of people don't realize that.
the air, the water, and the food, all the different toxins.
The toxic relationships, right?
That word, yeah, you're so right. Yeah.
It causes stress, and the stress is a toxin, right? And it's like
It
being
has the
around
same effect.
negative people, being in traffic. I hate traffic.
Same effect. It has the same effect
same effect,
hormonally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because stress comes in, chemical, emotional, physical stresses, and we're talking about chemical, emotional stresses.
Yeah.
And then the problem, when you don't realize the toxins that are affecting your life, you're really failing to completely ignore or even address what kind of impact it has on metabolic dysfunction. That creates a lot of oxidative stress in your body, chronic inflammation, and again, those are the root cause of most of the health issues after 40 years of age.
Yeah, and I think it's maybe a little bit earlier, because if you're on that cycle where you're not taking care of your body, you're not moving your body, you are not managing your stress, eating clean, drinking clean water, breathing fresh air, detoxing, and all these things, those toxins
Building
compounded
up.
over years
Well, the thing
Ouch.
about kids starting eating McDonald's much earlier these days, and all the
Yes.
foods that are just bad, like you call finger foods, how
Yes.
much are you eating and accumulating? And now you people, the poor kids, or I forget what the number is of obese children,
Yes, plenty.
diabetes, even heart issues. Now it's sad. That shouldn't
Yes.
happen to kids.
It shouldn't happen. Kids should be, they should be void of pretty much most diseases, right?
Yeah.
Most.
And here's how it all works. It's the mental stress, the emotional stress, the chemical stress. They get to a level where when they're so high, they elevate your cortisol levels. That's like your stress hormone. And when that happens, your body just starts using different types of sugars. It even causes your body to hold on to fat because it's saying, "Oh my gosh, I got some stressful situation. I'm going to hold on to it," and especially around the midsection.
Which is so not good for us.
Yeah, yeah.
It leads to so many diseases. It's crazy.
Well, that's what all your organs are, and so you got all that fat all around it. It doesn't have they don't have room to operate. They want to operate. You got all that inflammation around where they are.
I remember years ago when we were eating chicken, and we would go to the Amish market and buy poultry for the month. And I remember I would bring it home and I would clean it. And I remember one time I had this chicken thigh, and it was full of fat
Wow.
underneath the skin and around it. And I stood there for the longest digging it out. And it's just like, oh my gosh, it made me think, is this what's in our bodies, right?
Yeah, 100%. Exactly what it is. If you cut us open, you will see fat. And I remember doing anatomy, of course, anatomy when I was studying. And you got these people who are a little bit overweight, and you cut them open, you see all the fat, and that's adipose tissue. But
Yeah.
don't
So
get too complicated on that, though.
yeah, but if you want to get an idea, if you eat chicken, take a look at that and see, and just think of it in your body.
Give you an idea of it. So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, there's definitely a better way to lose weight, boost your energy, and get the proper nutrition without depriving yourself on restrictive diets or just feeling constantly hungry. But what you need to do, though, is to focus on balanced healthcare and not medical care, because that's what builds the strength. That's what boosted your metabolism every single time it works.
Yeah, and you boost your metabolism, you'll have maintain a consistent, healthy body weight, especially when you get up as you get into your 50s, 60s, and so forth. And that's when it's really crucial, 40s, 50s, 60s, to maintain a proper healthy weight, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's even more crucial than ever before, even for our children, like you brought up. I mean, think about this. You have a car, you put in bad gas, you don't get it maintained, and you're not able to
Yes.
properly, efficiently burn the fuel. The car is going to sputter out of control.
Yes.
Happens, right? You see it.
Yes, that's a good point, babe.
Your body, you need proper nutrition. You got to maintain it properly. That way it's primed, you got energy, and you're just
The same
thriving.
thing.
Yeah.
So if you have a nice car, right, or let's say you want to get a nice car, you're gonna take care of it, right? You're gonna, like you say, get the oil changes, take care of it, take it to the car wash, get it cleaned, give it the good fuel that it requires, so it can last you a long time. But you want to take care of it.
Yeah.
You spend so much on it.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same thing with your body.
100. So what you got to do to make that transformation in 60 days, you want to get a personalized nutritional blueprint. Then this is going to allow you to use the nutritional principles and strategies for you specifically. So you got to just modify it, but however, the principles are the same where you get a blueprint.
Right.
And you start with journaling, your favorite.
Oh yes, I write down everything I eat because that keeps me in check.
Yeah.
It keeps me in check and how much I eat, and I'm honest. And when I look at it, it's like, whoa.
And that's one of the first things that we do before we really speak with anybody about going down, helping them with this, is I need a real life 5-day honest journal of what you are eating, every single bit, how much time, everything.
Yeah, because it makes a difference, even the portions, right?
Yeah. Well, you got to know where you're at. That way you can get to where you're going, and that's where we got to close that gap, right?
Right, and it'll help modify some behaviors or some things that you don't even think that you don't even realize how it's connected to damage in your body.
Yeah. Yeah. So once you kind of figure all that out and then you adapt it, you come up with a customized meal plan for your health, and then you just follow the plan and trust the process. Because when you do that, I think you'll be a little bit lighter and more energized.
Yeah, you'll want to do more, such as moving your body. You'll have more energy to exercise, right?
Oh, completely. Completely. I think one of the things too is like the clothes will fit looser.
Oh yeah, who doesn't like that?
Yeah. And personally speaking, I made some amazing transitions or transformations over the past, call it 10 years. And I went from a size 42 or something down to a size like 30 waist, 32 waist, what have you.
Yeah, he looks so much more slimmer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the people probably haven't seen me before. Like, well, goodness, what?
Half of
Are you
you's
sick?
gone.
You're sick. But it does. It gives you a good control, sense of control over your health,
Right.
and you just feel really, really good. And you're not doing this yo-yo diet anymore
Yeah, yeah. And like we said earlier, that yo-yo diet is not good.
at all. So that's the first thing.
Right.
Then the second thing we have to do is what we kind of call like the vitality trifecta. I think it's something that many people overlook as well. But if you can do it, you begin to, how do you say it, kind of like honor your body, take care of its, I guess, fundamental core needs. That way you become a little more energetic, a little more balanced, a little more resilient of a person, right?
So how you do that?
Well, it's the thing that we always talk about, like you love to do. You got to sleep.
Oh,
Proper sleep.
yes. I love sleeping.
We call it sleep habits. It's so important to do because
It is. I mean, when at one point we were going to bed so late after we put the kids to sleep, we'll go downstairs because we needed that kind of either one-on-one time or just alone time individually, right? And it's like before you know it, you're going to bed at midnight, 1 o'clock, and it's like, no, you can't do that. You have to have a good sleep hygiene where you get into bed at a certain time. You get to calm the brain down and get ready for the night and get a good solid 7 hours, in my opinion.
yeah, and they're a little bit different there. But the main thing is you get good hygiene, rejuvenate, recover, recuperate,
Yeah, from the day's
yeah,
damage.
regenerate.
Regenerate. Yeah, you do that when you sleep.
That's why you got
And
to
the
sleep.
brain clears
Yeah.
all the toxins and is it the amyloids, whatever it's called. It clears all those things so you can go forward. Because if you don't, all that stuff piles up, and as you get older, hello dementia.
Yeah. And the brain is part of the nervous system. And so that allows you to become a little more clear thinking. There's other things involved in it as well. But as you do this practice, you also do a little bit more mindfulness, where you can begin to calm the nervous system, calm the brain down. And one great way to do that could be simply as a walk in solitude, or
In nature,
nature, meditate.
meditate. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things you can do to have more.
Listen to calming music, right? Read a nice book.
Completely, and when that begins to happen, you'd be able to start breaking free from the middle. It's like, you know what, this is like really the right thing for me. I got to stop treating my symptoms. I'm gonna start getting to the root cause.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like when you start taking care of your body and you're feeding your nutritionally sound food and you're exercising and you're reducing the stress, you start making better decisions because it changes the way you think.
Yes.
Because when someone who's toxic or eat this Franken foods, they're more anxious, they're more depressed, they're more suicidal, they make bad decisions. Hello, if you see it in the stores, you hear it in the news. It's like 9 out of 10 times, look at their diets, right? I always say it. Every time I hear something crazy or see something crazy, it's like the first thing that comes to my mind is, what's their diet like?
Yeah. And
What are they eating?
the nutrition values decline, all the toxins
Yes.
that affects your brain. So you got to combine all this together to make that transformation over the next 8 weeks or so. That way you can feel better, be vibrant, have the energy, have the calmness, be in control of your health.
Yeah, you'll be more happy too.
Yeah, so that's the second thing that you have to do. The third thing you have to do, and everybody hears this all the time, it's true, you do have to move your body, exercise.
There's so many different types of exercises out there. Find one that you like or two that you like. I struggle with this one. I like to walk. I like to lift weights. I like to do Pilates. I like to do bar. I like to do yoga.
Yeah.
I like to do a little bit of cardio. And it's like, oh my goodness, I want to do it all, but I cannot overrun my body either.
Yeah.
But there's so many different exercises out there. Find one that works for you.
Let me give you a simple medical example. So a lot of older people are being diagnosed with osteoporosis.
Yes.
It's a very simple thing to overcome and reverse. One is with a diet, have the proper nutrition, cut out the stand-up aesthetic, and you move your body. Osteoporosis goes away. Your body generates bone by having movement stress on it. And people who are a little more frail in bad diets.
Yeah, but people have been conditioned to think that once you have it, you have it. Your body cannot regenerate itself.
Yeah, right. It's
You
all
need this medication for the rest of your life, or else you're gonna have a broken hip or fractured hip or knee or whatever.
they make it seem that there's so much osteoporosis in the world because there's not enough medicine for osteoporosis. Like you have diabetes because you're not the medicine. What? But those are the three things that will definitely allow you to make that great transformation in a little 8 weeks, and you will start feeling better. Now, in 8 weeks doesn't mean you do this and you go back to your ways before.
Correct.
You
Because
gotta.
you'll be back in the same situation.
That's a yo-yo effect. You don't want the yo-yo effect.
Exactly. This is lifestyle changes that this is going to be your life going forward.
Yep. And here's the power. I mean, right now you do have the power. You should have learned something different and new. That way you can go from a frustrated, fatigued individual trapped in the cycle of just declining health and medical dependence, right? To becoming a person who's just full of energy. You have a lot of vibrant vibe about you, and you feel like you're in control of your own health. And you can do it in 8 weeks.
8 weeks is nothing if you think about it.
Oh, it goes by so quick.
It goes by so quick.
Yeah.
And it's like you learn to love it. I learned to love it, and I can't see myself eating any other way.
It's addicting after you start feeling good.
It is, and it's just like, oh no, if I don't exercise, I will not sleep good or feel good.
Yeah. Even though you don't feel like doing it, you gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
And it's like, even if you say, oh my gosh, my lower back hurts, I can't exercise. Not true. You need to exercise so your lower back pain can go away,
Yes.
right? Or your ankle pain can go away. So.
Yeah. So one of the things that we're doing, we have decided to take on a big task, and we have developed an online health community called Empowered Health. And what it is a place where like-minded individuals who want to go down more of the natural route, get outside the medical mill, heal their bodies without medications or radiations and painful surgeries, to take back control of and live in an honest way and get rid of all the lies that have been told, right? Stop making the mistakes and do these things. And so we're doing this online community, and basically we're gonna have every month, every week, so many different things that we're gonna offer to people to help with them support and then their knowledge to really get back their health.
Yeah, so it's a good place where you can have FAQs, there'll be presentations,
Yeah.
coffee chats with the doctor weekly.
Yes.
It'll be full of fun information, and it'll be, like he said, like-minded people together working to build a better life for yourself health-wise.
But like the FAQs, different coffee chats, if any kind of question you have around the medicine or things you can do differently or how the body works. I mean, you have access to a doctor who understands that. And the great bonus of that is that not only from the whole body perspective, but you also got a doctor you can speak to who's a dentist, right? And the whole mouth as well. So there's so much value there. Then we have where you can talk about the nutrition line, the meal plan, and different things.
Vegetarian meal plans, yeah, and keep you teach you certain things where you could apply certain things each week, and we'll come back every week and talk about it, see where things went wrong or see where things went right, and build upon it.
Yeah, and it's better to get in early now because as it grows, it's probably a little more difficult. However, what we're doing with this is the first 25 people who do sign up, and at the time of the video, we have 5, will have a free lifetime access to all the workshops, all the information, all the resources, the talking with us.
That's a pretty good deal, y'all.
And that's just for starters. We're just getting this bad boy started. Once we get this thing up and rolling, there are going to be other providers and doctors and specialists that I can bring in to have chats with you and different workshops and different informations to promote this more healthy, holistic lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Oh, it is. It's going to take some work, but I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome when we're done with it. So when you see the video, oh yeah, totally. So listen, there's a link in the description below. Click on that link, get in while it's still free, because if it's 25 people hit it, or we're going to start charging people annually for all the access to the information to doctors and specialists and strategists, all this kind of stuff, for about $400, $399 a year. So definitely get into it.
Yeah. I
So
think
I'm
it'll be
excited.
great.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice talking.
Nice chatting with the coffee chat with the Dr. T.
Yes. Well, until next time,
Definitely.
be well.
Be well and take care.